Hey, it's Dr. Nicole Sheehan with Sixth Opinion Veterinary Consults. I'm here with a cutie pie today named Gibbs. He's a 6-month-old golden retriever who has been not right. He drove an hour and a half to get here. I've seen a couple of vets for itchy skin, tummy problems. He had Giardia as a puppy. His stools have never been right. He, due to his itchy skin, was put on a hydrolyzed diet, which basically means the proteins are broken up into amino acids, so that the body doesn't recognize it as a protein in case he's got a food allergy. But he eats 6 cups of this food. And so at his weight, he should be eating about 3 cups of food, 4 cups tops. So he eats 6 cups of food a day. He's starving even on the 6 cups of food. He poops 6 times a day too. So dogs should really poop once or twice a day, 3 tops. So that tells me he's probably not digesting his food properly. He had a digestive panel done, which is a pretty high-end test for dogs with chronic problems. It all basically came back normal. So his digestive organs are working right, but I'm trying to figure out why is he so hungry. And then the other thing that's really interesting is the other complaint, especially from the trainer, is that he's really tired. So he doesn't want to go on a walk and all that kind of stuff. So the interesting thing is we come in the room and he's literally jumping on us and playing and running around, and now he's chill, but I mean, he's a goober. So I'm not seeing that he's really low in energy, which makes me wonder if he's really heat sensitive. It's been in the 90s here in North Carolina the last couple weeks, so we do see some puppies that are really heat sensitive, and there's some things that we can do to change those things. But overall, his energy looks fine, so I don't think there's a lack of energy. I think there's a digestive problem. I agree with his trainer that he's not digesting his food properly, he's not using it properly for energy and nutrition, and then he's probably super heat sensitive. So let's go through his exam really quick. If we can get him to stay still. Come here, monkey. So I'm not actually expecting to find a lot abnormal right off the bat. Some of the things, red flags I'm looking for, especially for buff golden retrievers, which tend to be a little bit more sensitive than a lot of dogs. I'm not seeing any trouble right off the bat. So he's had skin and ear problems, but everything looks really healthy. I'm gonna see if he feels warm to the touch. He is a bit warm, so you can do this little thing with your dogs at home. If you have a dog that's really heat sensitive, you can feel the base of their ears, and his ears are warmer than my skin, which is kind of interesting. So he may be a dog that's really heat intolerant. Look at those pretty teeth. You're such a good boy. His tongue is normal color, which is a Chinese medicine thing. He's even had an ultrasound. You can see where he was shaved for an ultrasound. So for such a little baby to already have an ultrasound is pretty crazy. That's for like adult dogs who have had problem after problem. And I mean, you can see he's not short on energy. So there's definitely a couple things that are off, but he looks like a healthy puppy. So a couple of things I'm gonna do. So this is a Chinese medicine thing that helps me sometimes. If a dog is low qi or low energy from a Chinese medicine standpoint, their pulses and their back legs are really weak, like I can barely feel them. And we have some herbal remedies we use to get that back in the body, and that's kind of what I was expecting to find today with a puppy who's low energy. But his pulses are actually really strong. They're actually like bounding, which sometimes is that heat sensitivity. So he may just be really heat sensitive. Yeah, and I gotta tell you, he's warm to the touch, so I'll check his temperature later on, but I'm pretty sure his temperature is probably normal. But he's just hot, so. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're so sweet. I'm gonna run through his acupuncture points and see if there's any, ooh, that's digestion. So, ooh, yep, can you come closer, Em? So I get back here. That's stomach, and that's digestion. You can see his body kind of twitch and twitch here, so that's digestion. Gallbladder and liver, kidney. So digestive points are a little bit off, which is interesting. So I think this problem is really he's not on the right food. The Giardia that he had as a puppy probably disrupted his gut a bit. You're a good boy. Yeah, so everything else checks out normal. I see sometimes these buff golden retrievers be really sensitive to chemicals, pesticides in the lawns, and he looks fine with that. So I'm not seeing any signs of that. So this is really that food problem, a digestive problem, and probably a heat problem. I looked at his stool under the microscope. That's a big thing we do here is look at gut flora, and his gut flora is actually great. So he has really normal, healthy bacteria, lots of different kinds. But what I'm also seeing in his stool is a lot of food material. So I'm seeing a ton of undigested food. So he's not making use of his food very well. But it's not a bacterial problem. So we're gonna recheck him, do a really sensitive test for Giardia at our lab and see if the Giardia is gone. And we're gonna change his food, and I'm gonna put him on a digestive supplement. And the foods I'm gonna choose for him are foods that actually cool the body down, because he's heat sensitive. So I'm gonna choose some proteins that actually work to cool the body and see if we can't balance him out a little bit and give him a little bit more stamina in the heat. But he actually looks great. So he's a really healthy puppy. This isn't really what I was expecting today. He just needs some fine tuning of his nutrition. So it'll be exciting to see where he is in about a month or so.